Welcome to this webinar in tune with our Republic Day and on a topic like Aparigraha, just suitable for today's day. We are celebrating Republic Day and 77th Republic Day this year. Republic means to live by the Constitution, by the rules, doing things that are suitable, upgrading us, and respectable. Aparigraha is a yama. That is the first step of the Ashtanga Yoga. And it means, simply translated, non-greed. We will also recall, being in the field of yoga and studying Yoga Sutra, we know that Patanjali has very clearly stated that Aparigraha is one of the five, rather the fifth of the yamas. And yamas are things, we can compare it to weeding process of the farmer. When the farmer has to grow his crop, the first thing he needs to do on the field is to remove the unwanted. And yamas are similar to that. It means that it tells us what all things we have to remove. So besides violence, besides falsehood, besides stealing, and besides indulgence, we have to remove greed also, is what Patanjali has said. But one more thing Patanjali has said, a couple of sutra later, after stating the yamas and niyamas, he also has said in the sutra on Pratipaksha Bhavna that all these things which are opposed to yoga, means things like violence, greed, and all that, and also things like not having sense of cleanliness, not being able to surrender to the higher reality, all these kind of things, he calls them vitarka. And he says that they arise out of anger, greed, and delusion. So greed is one of the cause, major cause, along with anger and delusion, that takes us away from yoga way of life. It does not allow us to get settled into the path of self-progress. So it is that very preliminary practice that one needs to do. And therefore, we must understand what is greed according to yoga, and then we should work at replacing greed with something like satisfaction. But to replace it, we have to first remove it. So we must first understand that this is greed and then remove it. Now, to understand what is greed, I would like to share one post. Aparigraha or non-greed is the practice that is advised. And I have picked up one quote for today's session by Dr. Jaydev. He says, greed arises out of selfishness. And he's talking in context of what Patanjali has said in the Yoga Sutra. So he's saying greed arises out of selfishness. When you are hoarding something, you are taking away the right of someone else to use it. One has to be sensitive to the right to live of others. Only short-sightedness, in which you see only me and mine, or sometimes just I and me, that makes one accumulate. Now, a lot of things have been said in just one quote. First and foremost, do we see uh, greed arising in us out of selfishness? Sometimes we may not agree. We may say that no, I am being greedy so that I can look after, or I can feed my, give this better to my children or to my husband or to my family. But your family, no? Which he's saying later on, me and mine. As long as it is me and mine, it is selfishness. So, even if that is the case, then it is greed. Sometimes one may say, no, it's not just my family. I want it for my society, your society, correct? Because you want to give them, you want to get name over there, you want to get fame, or you want to be the one who is sacrificing. And yes, sometimes there is but apparently sacrifice, which is really greed. So, first thing to work upon to get out greed, we also have to remove selfishness. When you are hoarding something, you are taking away the right of someone else to use it also. Now, hoarding, I'll begin with a time like there are times when we hear that in the next 3-4 days, these things are going to become scarce or are not going to be available. It happens, no, at certain times. And then we start hoarding, and we hoard so much that in those 2-3 days, not only just 2-3 days, we hoard it for the whole month. And then there are others who come to buy later on. They don't get at all. They don't get it even for one time. So, particularly at such times when there is scarcity, hoarding is a sin. And one must realize that you are taking away the right of someone else to use it. What is important at times is to minimalize your requirement and see it that everyone gets enough to be able to survive the bad time. That is yoga way of life. Right in the first step in yama. So, okay, here doesn't matter. Chalo. Then, at ordinary time, there are people who will continue to buy. Like, I have seen this very regularly that just now you require a cell to be changed in the wall clock. So you require just one cell, one at the most, okay. To keep one spare one, you buy two. You'll buy a dozen. If you end up buying a dozen of those cells, you are not going to make use of them uh, in that limited period of time. You will find that it gets spoiled by the time you come to use it. Happens, uh, you are actually wasting the resources, which is not appropriate. We store a dozen of them and we end up throwing them away. So we need to understand this as another part, that we think that we are hoarding, we are collecting so that we can continue to use later on. But if you are living in a city like Bombay, where everything is always available, you don't need to hoard for a year. But if you are staying in a village where it is not easy to go around buying things. The crop comes to you only once in a year, and you have to survive with that through the year. But then you should have a way of doing it. How carefully and in a protected way you store it and you look after it, as well as be willing to share in case there is scarcity around. That is the whole idea of hoarding something. Today, the mall culture has become such that you go and you end up buying things that you like and you feel that, okay, I can do with this. And I remember, in fact, you all must have seen this with your own self also, that you like certain clothes and you pick it up and you pick it up and you pick it up, and they just keep piling in your cupboard. One fine day, when you are trying to look for something else, you find, hey, this dress, I haven't worn it for so many years. It's just lying there. Then you're wearing it like, okay, it's been bought as if just now. Is there a need to do that kind of thing? We need not. At least a yoga student, but those who are interested in personal growth should definitely not indulge in such things. So that is the second idea in this quote. The third thing he's saying is one has to be sensitive to the right to live of others. I think that's a very, very strong point. Right in the very beginning, before you step on to doing anything else in your self growth journey, you have to be sensitive to the right of others also to live. So, hoarding you will not be able to do if you know that these are the resources at the time and everyone has the right to live today. You are hoarding for the next 7 days when there is other, maybe even your neighbor who does not have even for now. When there is water shortage, there are some people who will have huge tanks and they'll store so much water that the person who is not at home at that time in the morning and coming in a little later doesn't get even a drop of water to even drink. And we may become so selfish that we may not even share a bucket of water with them. So one need to watch oneself and not let one become like that. That is the third thing. Only short-sightedness in which you see only me and mine or something, just or sometimes just I and me, that makes one accumulate. Now look at the kind of short-sightedness that is being talked of. Me and mine, we understand it short-sightedness. But in considering about me and mine, sometimes we just zero out to I and me. We forget even the mine. So if we will not inculcate this sensitivity towards the right to live of others and let go hoarding, let go selfishness, we will get stuck in the, I will say, muck of greed. So we must liberate ourselves from this attitude of holding in our path of self growth. Turning inward will not allow us to remain greedy. Okay. At this point, I will stop sharing and I will like you all to express your observation or experience in life related to this point, this topic. Also, if you are able to relate this with your life and responsibility towards nation, because we are talking about selflessness, not being selfish. So you can speak, unmute and speak. Welcome, Zubeen. Zabeen, so nice to have you here. Good. You were not able to log in, I could see, but before I could help you, you had already logged in. So happy. So you can unmute and speak. Ramya, Zabeen.
Hi. Yes, ma'am. Actually, it's really true. We do hold a lot of things for years together.
Hmm.
Um, we will only realize, when we are not using for a longer time, we will think, oh my God, what would we, why did we even buy this in the first place?
Yeah. In fact,
Yeah.
15 years later, actually, today only I met a friend of mine and she was wearing something very unique. She's saying, I brought this God knows how many years ago. For 20 years, probably it's lying in my cupboard. And now that I'm trying to clear up, she's come to a stage where she's now giving away things. She's saying, I am wearing it for the first time. And I bought it some more than 20 years ago. That is too much holding, no?
Yes,
Now,
true, ma'am.
yeah. Bring to your mind if there is something like this, so we can do VCT on that. If you find that there is something that you are holding in this manner, it could be not a material thing, it could be also a mental thing in terms of certain thought, certain kind of ideas, certain kind of feelings which you don't easily share, and you think sometimes in the name of being private you end up holding emotions, and that can really be bad. One may think that there is nobody I can share with, but actually if you're willing to share you will find somebody. That is the law of nature. Zameen, my dear, let me hear your voice. I've not heard you for
Hello.
years.
Hi. Hi,
Hey,
Mr. Chitra.
so nice, so
Your
nice.
voice is just like takes me back to my classroom.
Same with
It
me,
is
my girl.
so clear and ringing.
Okay.
Absolutely. Such
Tell
a
me that.
joy to hear you.
So nice to hear you. So nice to hear you, girl.
No,
Tell me.
I have to say that I completely everything that you said resonates.
Hmm.
And like I feel that as a family I have inherited that trait of hoarding.
Hmm.
Then just because in this day and age it compounds so quickly the misery that it brings,
Hmm.
that I saw firsthand. And
Okay.
literally I can say that I would, like, the material life itself became so much misery that I was in a state. I can remember that I'm narrating to a neighbor. I needed support. Okay.
Okay.
Because I literally could not get through my house. There was so much stuff in the way.
Oh
I
my
didn't
God.
know how to live my life, and I didn't know how to manage my two kids, because I literally needed like a day that someone would just hang on to my kids so I could just sort out all this nonsense that's lying around my house.
My
Okay.
God.
And so I really could feel that, that burden that you're talking about,
Yes.
and the layers it creates in your own living, even if you are
Yes.
not thinking from the point of view of what am I not able to see that I'm not doing for community, because you're so far away from that,
Yeah.
because you have this big buffer that you
Yes.
don't know. It's like having a really thick skin. So I don't know what misery I might have been
Ah.
creating, but the misery I was enduring. And
Hmm.
therefore, if the mother in the house is suffering that way, she cannot, everybody is basically held at gunpoint or at ransom or whatever you want to call it, because of
Correct.
these inert things that are just in your way,
My God,
you
you
know.
put it so well, Zabeen. So well. I
I,
think
I,
time
this
that's
has really made me very poetic. I can tell you that
I
much.
can feel it in your voice. I can
I,
feel it through.
I have felt every bit of what was implied by Patanjali. I feel it.
Why you are here today. Nature has decided that you hear this.
Oh God.
How sweet. Chalo, so let's work on that. Our
Yes,
this session
ma'am.
calls for doing one VCT that should help
Okay.
us to realize uh, the intensity of this experience, this feeling, how much we feel
Okay.
this attitude of holding. So what we do is
Mm.
first we give it a number from on a scale of 0 to 10. as to what is the
Okay.
intent of this, whatever the thought or feeling or emotion you call it, the holding.
Yes.
So once we know the number,
Okay.
we'll do VCT on it and see if we can shift that number with VCT. So in the chat,
Okay.
both of you can write your number. I don't know if Malika will be able to do that, but two of you are here, Ramya and
Miss,
Zabeen. Write it in the chat.
I have a question about that.
Of
So
course.
on one hand, I know that, well, my life in many ways is like working on that and fear. These are two things I think that I have inherently like just had, that like are literally like my projects to work on. I'm sure there's a lot of other things, but these are
Hmm.
like the two capital things.
Hmm.
So I always feel the intensity. Like I'm always
Hmm.
feeling it at 10
Today, try and
because like
measure
you were
it.
talking about ideas.
Right.
So there's so many levels at which I know I've worked on it. So I can say I've come down to the zero. And
Wow.
then it's like it's there. It's like I feel it's a vritti. It
Hmm.
is within. And I am trying to digest it. I'm trying to understand it. And I'm trying to also see how it comes back so clearly.
Okay.
Even if it's not in a physical form, I know that it is there, and it is begging for me to pay attention to it. And I have to find a way to tame that beast. So in
Huh.
that sense, I would call it a 10.
Okay. Right. Very well. What about you, Ramya? Oh, Ramya's again got disconnected today. Her internet is giving her trouble. Okay.
Sorry.
By the time she gets back, I will tell you one more thing. We commonly try to work out these things intelligently by understanding and so on and so forth.
Right.
So what happens is uh, there is three faculty that we are born with. We are bestowed in life for learning and living. And these three
Hmm.
faculties are, in a simple words, you can call it head, heart, and hand. And in
Hmm.
psychological terms, you can say that it is the cognitive domain, the psychomotor domain, and the affective domain. So these
Okay.
faculties, we are somehow in today's world all the time you making use of either the psychomotor, means the physical movement and action, behavior,
Yeah. Yeah.
and if not, we are using the mental in terms of understanding
Intellect.
intellect,
Yeah.
thinking, knowledge, understanding facts, and things like that. Now,
Yes.
really speaking, uh, today even modern psychology in a small way has started accepting this, that really the fuel for transferring any thought and understanding into
Hmm.
action, the
Hmm.
force comes from the affective domain, the feeling, the emotion.
Yeah. Yes.
Because what you strongly feel for, you will end up doing, even without
Yeah.
thinking, knowing.
Right.
So, what we have done is we try to manage the emotional aspect also with the head. Means it is
Yeah.
like my common statement that I make is that the path from the head to the hand is through the heart.
Hmm. Hmm.
We need to understand this and work on this in the sense that
The
whatever
path. Ma'am, can you repeat that? The path. Or
the
yes. Can
path
you repeat?
from
Mm-hmm.
the head to the hand is through the
It's
heart.
through the heart. Yes, I get that.
So, unless and until the feeling and emotion are aligned with your thinking and action, you are not behaving in an integrated manner and you are not being 100% effective. The efficiency is greatly reduced. It is reduced to the because of this non-alignment of thought, the feeling, and the action. So if these
I
three
hear you.
have to align, we have to educate the emotional aspect, because we know how to work with the head. We know how to use our hands, but we don't know how to regulate, control, direct, and reduce or increase, start or end the emotions.
Yes.
Now, VCT is for this alignment. So we will do this VCT and do it, check it out. You will be doing it first time with me.
Yeah,
And
sorry,
you
ma'am,
will-
to interrupt. What's her name? Ramya's
Okay.
not going to be logging back in, so
Acha,
we
she
can
sent a
start.
message.
Yeah,
Okay.
she
No
sent a
issue.
message. Yeah.
No issue.
Okay, now I can hear.
So what
So
we
VCT.
do is first time that you will be doing. So we will see if you find any difference in it. You have already given your measure, and we will do VCT on this feeling. Whatever was there in your mind that you were talking about, or rather is there in your mind, that you've given 10 points to, we will call it this while doing the VCT. So we don't need to describe the whole thing. It is already there
Okay.
in mind, and you have given it a name, this.
Yeah.
And refer to it in that manner and do the VCT. So let's actually take action on it and see if we can do this alignment and what happens as a result of it. Okay?
Okay,
So
Miss, but I'm sorry, I don't actually know what VCT is.
that's why अपन करके सीखेंगे ना, खाली सोच सोच के क्या करना है, जान के खाली ये एक्चुअली नहीं जानना है ना,
Okay.
करके सीखेंगे. तो if
Yes,
you
Miss.
come on camera, is it possible?
Absolutely, yeah.
So please do that
I'm
so
just
that I can
wondering
see.
about the bandwidth, but yes.
Yes. So what we will do is we will tap certain points and we will be saying certain things.
Got it.
Just have to do as I do and say as I say. Okay.
Yeah.
So, only one thing what I will do is, besides tapping the point, and I will also describe the point so that you get it right. Yes.
Okay.
So you don't need to repeat the description of the point. Everything else that I say, repeat after me. Okay? So this, I will call it as karate chop point. We will use the tips of the first two fingers, whichever hand you want to use, you can use, no issue. So we start tapping, yeah, this point correctly. Now repeat after me what I say, okay? Even though I'm holding this,
I'm holding this,
I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
love,
love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself.
and accept myself.
You like the statement? Okay, we'll repeat it 2 more times, okay? Continue. Even though
Even though
I'm holding this,
I'm holding this,
I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
love,
love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself.
and accept myself.
Even though
Even though
I'm holding this,
I'm hoarding this,
I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
love,
love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself.
and accept myself.
Now tap here the beginning of eyebrow point with these 2 fingers. I'm holding this. Say, repeat after me. I'm holding this.
I am
Holding.
hoarding this.
Tap the eyebrow point here at
I
the
am
end.
hoarding.
Now at the end
I'm
of
hoarding this.
yeah. Now come here at the end.
Holding. I'm holding this.
I'm holding this. Now tap here below the eyes.
Hoarding, is it?
Hoarding. I'm hoarding. We just
hoarding.
talked about hoarding just now, right?
Yes,
Okay.
got it. Hoarding. Yes.
Below the eyes. I'm hoarding this.
I am hoarding this.
Tap below the nose. I'm hoarding this.
I'm hoarding this.
Tap in the chin groove. I'm hoarding this.
I'm hoarding this.
Tap below the collarbone. I'm hoarding this.
I'm hoarding this.
Tap below the armpits. I'm hoarding this.
I'm hoarding this.
On the lower ribs in front, I'm hoarding this.
I'm hoarding this.
On the side of the thumbnail, where the junction of nail and skin is. Correct. I'm hoarding this.
I'm hoarding this.
Similar point on the forefinger. This hoarding.
I'm hoarding this.
Middle finger, similar point. This hoarding.
This hoarding.
Leave the ring finger, go to the little finger. This hoarding.
This hoarding.
Karate chop point. Still, I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
love,
love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself.
and accept myself.
I choose to be
I choose to be
free from this hoarding.
free from this hoarding.
And I deeply and completely
And I deeply and completely
love, forgive,
love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself.
and accept myself.
I choose to be
I choose to be
completely free from this hoarding.
completely free from this hoarding.
And I deeply and completely
And I deeply and completely
love,
love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself.
and accept myself.
I choose to be
I choose to be
totally free from this hoarding.
totally free from this hoarding.
And I deeply and completely
And I deeply and completely
love,
love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself.
and accept myself.
Tap the beginning of eyebrow point. Free from this hoarding.
Free from this hoarding.
Tap the end of eye point. Completely free from this hoarding.
Completely free from this hoarding.
Below the eyes, totally free from this hoarding.
Totally free from this hoarding.
Below the nose, let go of this hoarding.
Let go of this hoarding.
Tap below the collarbone. Completely let go of this hoarding.
Completely let go of this hoarding.
Tap below the armpits. Totally let go of this hoarding.
Totally let go of this hoarding.
On the lower ribs in front, let go the cause of this hoarding.
Let go the cause of this hoarding.
Thumbnail, let go all the causes of this hoarding.
Let go all the causes of this hoarding.
Forefinger, completely let go of this hoarding.
Completely let go of this hoarding.
Middle finger, totally let go of this hoarding.
Totally let go of this hoarding.
Little finger, I am free from this hoarding.
Free from this hoarding.
Karate chop. And I deeply and completely
And I deeply and completely
love,
love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself.
and accept myself.
Massage the tender spot on the left shoulder with your 2 fingers as you take a deep breath in. Gently press and hold the point as you breathe out. If you reassess in your mind how you feel about this holding idea and give it a number now, would it be any different? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
Ah,
I'm thinking. I'm
okay.
trying to feel into the space. And so, I mean, not to intellectualize, but it's like there is detachment, and I understand that it feels more so. And yeah, I would say yes, for sure. I would come to a 3 or a 4.
Oh, wow. That
Yeah.
means the technique works for you very well. From a 10 to
Yes,
come to a 3 in
I
just
think
one
so.
round, that also when you're still learning it, because you didn't know the
Yes,
technique. In between, you had to use your head to see
yes,
and understand what
yes,
I was saying. In spite
yes.
of that, if you
So,
could come to 3, then Zabeen, this is the technique for you to convert any of your thoughts and plans into
to
action.
action.
So in this kind of a learning round, if you could have that kind of an effect, I generally do these sessions only to help people to first understand whether the technique works for them.
I get it.
So it works very well for you. And generally, we would just repeat it once and it will come down to 0. Now, the whole idea here is that we again and again bring it down to 0. It has come down to 0 in the present moment of time. And depending on your desire to remain in that 0 state and your effort at trying to maintain that, which will not be easy initially, but when you repeatedly bring this down to 0, what happens is that what we call as sanskara, that is impressions, latent impressions of remaining at that 0 are being formed in the mind. So
Right.
the impressions of keeping this greed, which was there in
Stability.
your mind, this holding that was there in your mind, to keep that at 0, those impressions are going to get stronger when you repeat this again and again. And when those impressions become stronger, they will guide your further thoughts, feelings, and actions.
Stability at 0.
That is, then when certain amount of remaining at
I
0
lost your.
keeps coming in, you will also get insight. Because if you noticed, while making choice statements, while making choices when we were doing, I also chose for you that we let go of the causes also of
Yes,
this hoarding habit or whatever it is. So the causes you'll become aware of. You'll start becoming aware of what is the cause. Why are you hoarding? And you might find that that cause was existing at one time when you developed this habit, but it does not have
yeah,
any in your life now, and you'll be able to drop it.
very. Yes,
So, it is
yes,
that kind of an effect that this technique called vritti changing technique, in short, VCT. Vritti is a Sanskrit word which means function, and in yoga, it is used as function of the mind. So, any function that's happening in the mind is a combination of thought, speech, feeling, and action. So that makes up vritti. Any of these are disaligned, are not in alignment for anything or at any moment of time. By using this technique, we can align them. And repeatedly, when we align them, our mind gets habituated to doing whatever we are doing in alignment. So simply speaking, this is the way. So it can be used for anything whatsoever. And I profess that we use it for our personal growth and development. Malika, do you want to add anything if you're there?
Yeah, I'm there, but I think she just got disconnected.
She got disconnected. Let's wait for a minute or two. If
Yeah.
she
The only thing,
otherwise,
I'm good, ma'am. The only thing is, like, if you mention the course and learning the technique kind of
that's
thing,
what I thought.
you should say something about it. Then I can send the link in the chat.
I'll just, if she joins back, I'll tell her.
Yeah. And I think basic VCT course is a good start for her to learn the basics.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak about.
Okay.
Yeah, she's back, ma'am.
Good. You could join back. So I was saying, we are having this app, I think, through which you joined, Sankhya Yoga Educator. Yes, you must have registered there and then got the link to join.
Yes,
In this app, we have a full course that will introduce anybody to do basic VCT for one's own self, because there are levels of it. You can do it, learn it for doing only for yourself. You can learn and do it so that you can help others also. So the course that for helping others include, of course, there are 4 levels of it. The first level is for oneself. Then second and third level is going deeper and deeper. And in the fourth level, I teach how you can help others with this technique. Like I just now, if you learn it with all its specifics, you can help others also to get out of any stuck condition. So the mastering VCT course is 4 months. And this time I'm going to do it live. Otherwise, there are recorded courses also. And basic VCT is a recorded course, which is official. But if you join the mastering VCT, the basic VCT is kind of included in it.
Got it.
So if you want to, Malika, who is here, she's my co-worker, partner, and equally in charge of that app that we have together. So maybe, Malika, are you putting up the link or
Yeah,
something?
ma'am. I'm just sharing that 1 second.
You just see.
So
Can
there
share
are.
the link for mastering VCT.
Yeah, I'm. So I first shared basic VCT, which is what ma'am spoke about earlier, and then there's master VCT. So, like she explained,
Basic VCT is a recorded course, and mastering VCT will be a live course we are starting on. Just now
I've
we have
just copied the link. I have copied the link and I'm putting it actually on my chat with Mrs. Suchitra so that it's there later because I'm on my phone.
no issue. Actually, Malika can also send you on your mobile number later on.
Yeah. Also, if you've logged in like to the free webinar, you
My
must have
WhatsApp.
seen the feed. You
Yeah.
must have seen the feed section in our dashboard, right? There's like some posts over there.
Not really because I came last minute. I came in, no?
Okay, no
So I
worries.
didn't have
No
a
worries.
chance to stop at the dashboard.
I'll share the link with you again.
Yeah.
I think I have your contact details on the.
I am actually like I've been a yoga student for a while, and so I've done a little bit of the study of the sutras, and not a lot. I haven't done it in a way to be able to teach. I would say I'm a basic teacher of asanas, ma'am. But in practice, yamas and niyamas have been really deep for me. I feel just in the attention that I have paid to what I understand of them. And then I have felt that I can understand how they align, okay, we keep aligning the inner life, and just things kind of show up and transform. This has just been my experience. So
Very good.
that is, I feel, just like I'm just trying to explain that this is what I mean, where I'm at. And other than that, in practice, even though I used to be like a therapist and work with people under like senior teachers, I was working directly with, people, patients, and things of that kind. I've come out of that area and I'm no longer in that domain, though I teach yoga in like for women or something like that. If it shows up, like if neighbors are asking,
Yeah, yeah.
I do conduct a class. Sometimes I take online sessions, but I'm not actively pursuing that. I'm right now like studying ecology, and I am working to study and learn land restoration. So I'm just trying to say that right now fits in.
Hmm.
And I am curious, because I'm just like that. I'm curious about all of this. And like Mrs. Suchitra, I mean, like it would be
Yeah,
amazing for me to be in this space just because I find value in that,
true.
in yeah. So I definitely would like to take a look and see how it can fit into my schedule, the timings, etc., that you have chosen.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
The recorded course, you can, of course, do it at your own pace. And it's a
I
lifelong
don't like that because I feel
exam.
that it'll just pile up. There are some
Yeah,
things
so
like that
don't
that I've
worry.
chosen,
But what I
but
want to let you know is that I personally am interested in using it to direct people towards self growth. But at the same time, the basic VCT course, you will see in the course, I will not have talked of any necessarily yogic concepts. In that course, it is simple thing like uh, I have shared my personal experience. There was time when I was writing textbooks, and I found that when I was writing primary school level ka textbooks, and I wasn't able to come down to that level because primary school has not been much of my teaching experience. My teaching experience has mostly been in a secondary school.
eighth,
So that
ninth, and
was
tenth,
easy
yeah.
to write. That was easy to write. But to write for class 3, 4, 5 was so difficult for me. I remember at that time, I would sit with all these reference books on my table, and I have the pen in hand, I have my paper in front of me, I have the thoughts, but I can't put them down because I want to put them down in a manner that is suitable for that age group. I have that 8-year-old in my mind. So what I would do, even though I cannot write, still I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. In 2 minutes, I would do the whole thing. And believe me, I used to write for 1.5 hours. After that, I would again get stuck. I would again do. And I would write for another hour, 90 minutes. Like this, I have written books for class 3, 4, and 5 in science.
Wow.
Yeah. So it
Wow.
helps you in such small ways.
I get what you mean. So
So,
one, I would really like very much if you have a way for me to get those books, because I am trying to also learn to be a nature educator. And so you realize how much influence you've had in my
yes.
life.
Now, I don't even know if those books are still being published. It was publication of not Amrita Bharati. Arre Bapre. Prism Books.
Yes, and for that age, because I really like, I was so I mean, I felt that, like, I like to connect with the young confidence. So
Uh,
okay, it would be, I mean, it's so funny. Like, I was on the seashore with my faculty just now,
uh,
last 15 days ago, and we found a starfish, and
uh,
echinodermata just popped into my mind. And I was like, phyla, echinodermata? And the faculty started Googling it, like, no, wait a minute. He was like, yeah, like, how did you know this? I was like, I do not know why that popped into my mind, but I have Miss Suchi to blame for this. is crazy, like,
It
how
is.
those things just stick.
Yeah. They just, by association, just come. Very true. Wow, so
Absolutely. When I
interesting.
saw mangroves for the first time, I walked in them and I realized that they are forests. And I mean, of course, the diagrams of pneumatophores and all those things were like very rich and ready in my mind, but like we never got into like the
Mm.
diversity in them. So I'm sorry, I'm taking us totally off topic.
No.
But what
But
you said
my
was
favorite topic.
eternal topic, right? Oh my
Mm.
God. And since I went on, I have to say one more thing. The first time you took us, you had taken my sister's batch, okay, or you had just taken your nature club
Yeah,
to
nature club.
Borivali National Park.
Yeah.
And my sister was going, so I could tag along.
Mm.
And oh my God, I don't know if it was because of that, but it came out of the cupboard or what, but a bird book came out of the cupboard and she and I carried it with us. It got so battered on that trip, it got wet and whatnot. I remember chip nicks and water and whatnot, but I found the book just like 2 months ago in all my books. I found it and I had been dreaming about that book because it's the first time I looked through bird book, okay, and like a
Okay.
field guide. And I'm telling you, it has driven me so much, ma'am, um
So nice.
because of the way I used to live through that, for no reason in my 20s and my 30s, I've seen like, you know, a bird silhouette and known that this has to be a kind of a lark or this has to be a kind of a finch. And I
Okay.
have not been out there, okay? And I knew it was because of looking through that book at that age.
Mm-hmm.
And like that has sparked off project ideas that I'm working on right now, which I'll definitely peck your head about later. But I just want you to know and understand how much you have created these ripples in my life without even understanding what you were doing.
Yes, of course.
I mean, I think you understood what you were doing, but you didn't
Now
know
I know.
that it was
Now
happening.
I know. How
So
nice.
thank
I'm
you.
so thankful to you to say this to me.
No,
Let me
I
know
have
this.
much more. I have many more things that,
Keep
yeah,
in touch in some way or the other. These kind of webinars I'll keep doing off and on. And you'll keep taking
I will be here.
notice,
So I'm thinking that what you
joining
said,
whenever you can.
clearing clutter, maybe this is a good thing for me to do. I mean,
Yes,
yeah, maybe it is actually the right thing to do. So I will consider, I mean, if you just share with me the details, I'll just see because I don't want to enroll for something and then not be really doing it. That's the
yes,
main thing for me.
definitely. But you can keep coming on to this webinar and we can at least communicate a little bit.
Yes,
Yes, or ring me up
absolutely.
anytime. You have my number.
Absolutely. Okay, if that's comfortable, I would love to
I'm
because I have
okay.
a few more
At
things to share.
the most, if I don't answer immediately, I'll call back.
Sure, miss.
Feel free.
Yes, absolutely. Such a pleasure to see you.
Same here, my dear. Same here. Chalo. Take care and hope to see you again.
Yes, miss. And you've sent, I've copied and pasted the last link that was shared. I don't know your associate's name. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Malika. Her name is Malika.
Malika. Malika. So thank you, Malika. But the other one I don't have yet. So either you could send it to me on my WhatsApp and
Yeah,
then I'll
I'll send
evaluate
you
both of
both
them.
the links again, so no worries. But
Malika
yeah, it
will
was
Thank
look
you
really
so
into
nice
much,
having you
Malika.
here. Thank you.
Thank you.
it.
Have a good
Give
evening.
yourself a tight hug, Zabeen, from me.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Love you so much. Thank you so
Same
much,
here.
miss.
Same here, my dear. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye, Malika.